Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some wrestling news. So we're gonna get right into it here. So, the New York Post gave their Pro Wrestling Awards for 2023. So we're gonna start off here. The Men's Wrestler of the Year, they gave it to MJF, AEW. The Women's Wrestler of the Year, they gave it to Becky Lynch. So MJF and Becky Lynch were the Men and Women's Wrestler of the Year for the New York Post Wrestling Awards. The Male Breakout Star of the Year is LA Knight. Yeah, LA Knight, definitely the Breakout Star of the Year. Or the Female Breakout Wrestler of the Year, they gave to Julia Hart of AEW. She's been really good, but I'd say Tiffany Stratton probably. The Breakout Female Breakout Wrestler of the Year. The return/debut of the year, they gave to CM Punk. Obviously, it was the return of the year, by far. The OMG moment of the year, Sammy turning his back on the Bloodline at the Royal Rumble, where he hit Roman Reigns in the back with a steel chair. Match of the year, they gave to New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. Storyline of the year, the Bloodline. I mean, it's really storyline of the year, the biggest storyline of the year. Faction of the year, they gave to the Judgment Day. Tag Team of the Year, they gave to FTR of AEW. Promo of the Year, that Cody and Sammy promo on Raw before, I believe it was for WrestleMania. Pay-per-view of the year, they gave to Forbidden Door 2, AEW/New Japan. Biggest story of the year, that'd be Sally to Endeavor, and Manager of the Year to Paul Heyman. So those are all your New York Post Pro Wrestling Awards for this year. I don't know, there's a few breakouts where you could go to. Maybe NXT Breakout Star, you could go to Tiffany Stratton, I don't know. I mean, I only know about Forbidden Door being a top 3 pay-per-view this year. Like, Full Gear and All In I thought was better than Forbidden Door 2. Like, and I thought Revolution was even better. Paul Heyman's a GOAT in his role. No one can top that guy's work. I felt Gunther should have been the men's wrestler of the year, but overall, solid list. Julia Hart's still good as well. She's had amazing progression in her character. But I would put women's wrestler of the year with Rhea Ripley over Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch really didn't really do much. But yeah, those are the New York Post's Wrestling Awards for 2023. So, the Stephen Captain Evil, the podcast, so Goldberg says Vince McMahon is a, quote, piece of shit for not giving him his retirement match as a return for putting over Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia. Fuck Bill Goldberg. They smashed him over. Fuck your retirement match. You leave the industry on your back. Tradition. You can never forgive the guy who literally almost killed The Undertaker in Saudi Arabia with his botches and destroyed the entire momentum of The Fiend, pretty much burying The Fiend, taking the Universal Championship. He had you beat The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, in the absolute worst booking decision in wrestling history. Like, retirement match? Nobody wants to see you retire, see you have a retirement match. Yeah, watch you freaking botch moves. Nobody wants to freaking watch that, man. Rare Vince W. Vince did a good job not giving you a retirement match. You'll probably injure somebody. Whoa, he has it's 2 moves. I mean, maybe what if you didn't injure everyone with your 2 moves? It's industry practice to lose on your way out. I mean, come on. So ESPN gave their Pro Wrestling Awards for 2023. We talked about the New York Post. Now we'll talk about ESPN's. The Women's Wrestler of the Year, they gave to Rhea Ripley. The Men's Wrestler of the Year, they gave to Cody Rhodes. Storyline of the Year, the Bloodline 2.0. Breakthrough Wrestler of the Year, LA Knight. Yeah. The Pay-Per-View of the Year, they gave WrestleMania 39. Promo Artist of the Year, the MJF. Match of the Year, also same one, Omega versus Ospreay. 1 and 2 from New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW. Debut of the Year to CM Punk, and Tag Team of the Year to FTR. Assuming they mean Return of the Year with CM Punk, I think they mean the Return of the Year. Pretty much the same thing. I think they're just trying to say who the best promoter, like the best promo was, who gave the best promos for the year. Storyline of the year, Bloodline absolutely deserved it. Too many peak moments with it. Yeah, I think they pretty much got everything right here. I think they got pretty much everything right. So, The Undertaker. He spoke on how people backstage thought about the undefeated WrestleMania streak coming to an end, sharing that most were pissed on the Source 6 Feet Under podcast. And quote, among fans, even amongst the talent, because most of the guys, they were pissed. They were like, man, the streak should have been broken. That's the business. I don't have any decision in that, but a lot of the boys that were part of making that streak, something making it mean what it meant, they're like, damn, man, why are you taking away such a vital part of WrestleMania? It was like, and quote, this is important as a title match. If the streak was going to end, I don't know if it should have been Brock Lesnar. I mean, I guess he was the perfect guy to do. I don't know who else would have done it, but I don't know. I mean, it turned Brock Lesnar into a freaking god. I thought this time, but I thought this at the time, but he's genuinely the only one realistically that could have broke the streak. I don't think anyone should have broken the streak, but if not Brock, no one else was really capable. Maybe Shawn Michaels, when he had some good matches with him where Shawn Michaels could break the streak, I don't know. I don't know if it should have ever been ended. The only one that could end is probably Brock Lesnar, just to make it realistic. But yeah, it's all from Wrestle Ops here. It's all from Wrestle Ops, so we'll see if we have any other notes. Chris Statlander versus Sky Blue has been added to AEW Dynamite. So that should be a good match. Matt Riddle has been announced for MLW Intimidation Games. Oh, the jokes are out themselves. So Jon Moxley said Will Ospreay and I have barely begun. So it looks like we're going to have Will Ospreay versus Jon Moxley at some point in AEW. I think that should be a good match. AEW Collision had 489,000 viewers and did a 0.16 in the demo. Not too bad for AEW Collision. See, it's pretty good for Collision. So John Cena's The Marine ranked as the 10th most watched Netflix movie. Thought The Marine was pretty decent. It was a pretty good movie. I'm not his best performance, but I thought it was a pretty solid movie. See if that's more news. I really don't think there's anything else here to go over. Or the report from last night's Madison Square Garden event. Fightful Select reported that internal WWE live event reports claim that WWE's live event Madison Square Garden was sold out. The event was said to be the highest grossing domestic non-televised event of all time. Thank you, Jack Perry, for getting CM Punk fired. Such a big draw. And Fightful Select has also learned that tonight's live event in Baltimore is also the highest grossing, how you fucking say that word, non-televised WWE event in market's history. I mean, they had 2 freaking events on the same night. It's crazy. WWE is booming right now. So, Madison Square Garden's event was sold out, the highest non-televised event of all time, and then Baltimore had one of the biggest markets in WWE of all time, I think. Or whatever. So Goldberg, we have some more news to talk about Goldberg. Goldberg says he tried to be part of Sting's retirement match. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't. He would have ruined it and Sting. He would have ruined it and he would have ruined the match and Sting. Like, that would have been terrible. He would have probably botched a lot of moves, nearly hurt Sting. So WWE and MLW lawsuits officially dismissed and settled. The MLW law firm issued a statement. Sounds good for me, but let's be honest, most people don't know or care even watch MLW. Just being honest. Like, who cares? That's really all I have to say though for this video. See if there's any more stuff. Swerve Strickland talked about the AEW Continental Classic, and it says it's been the shot in the arm wrestling needed. I'm not gonna say that, but the matches were pretty good. But it hasn't drawn one new viewer. As a matter of fact, based on last week's rating, they're losing even more. But it's been it's been the best thing to watch in AEW is that Continental Classic. So MJF wants to be acting full-time in 5 years, says he'll most likely still be wrestling full-time. So I guess he wants to be full-time in both. You can have 2 jobs at the same time, so it's gonna be, but it's gotta be tough though. 2 jobs at the same time. But yeah, that's all the wrestling shit I want to talk about here. It's all to talk about, so until next time, peace.